statement after a 9-8 walk-off victory?
Yeah, I think our club needed this with just seeing that there's no clock in the game. I know we've talked about that, a few times now, and we talk about it. Um, it's about acting on it and just never giving up. You know, credit to Garrett Rennie for gutting out 5 2/3 tonight. I know he gave up, I think, 5 runs, but he kept us in the game, and to get us into the sixth inning again allows us to save the bullpen and chip away. He left with a 5-2. We were down 5-2 at that point. A lot of credit to Dallas Baptist for, we put 2 runs on the board early. Simi hits the 2-run homer, and they answer back with 4 right away. And, that's why we're playing these teams, so that our guys can learn, from that mentality of answer back, and credit to them. We put 2 up late, and they add 2 right after that the following inning. Something we did a lot on the offensive end last year as a club, and a lot of these guys that are playing, for us are new. Cody Jeffries and Jack Costello were everyday guys for us, along with Caleb Ricketts last year. But, Semi didn't play every day. Angelo Praza didn't play every day. Dustin Allen didn't play every day. And then along with the new guys we have on the bench too as well, getting guys in the game as well, just understanding the flow of it and the never quit mentality. And that's something that's a staple. We talk about it a lot in this program. And that was a good confidence builder going in the rest of the weekend for us.
We'll start with the pitching. You mentioned Garrett Rennie, obviously. He set a season high in strikeouts today with 7. Gave up 5 runs. He had that one bad inning. It just with the lineup that he was facing, obviously it's different, but it just I think you mentioned it. I mean, what about talk about Garrett Rennie's overall performance today that might not show it in the box score?
Grit, toughness. We talk about it all the time. You might not feel the best. You might not pitch the best. You might not hit the best, but you don't quit. You don't give up. And that guy just hung in there. And he was tough. He ran 3 ball counts. He had a couple walks. That's not like him. But that's baseball. That's life. You're not gonna always feel the best. You're not gonna have the best of days. But what are you gonna do about it? And that guy's tough. Knowing that before this outing, he's tough, and he's not gonna ever level his expectation down low. He's always going to go out and really compete with what he has at night in and night out.
You guys use the term "somewhat" a lot, as a team in terms of when things do not go your way. So what, so what, Rennie? Get out there and get the next thing. Is this game kind of the perfect example of your "so what" philosophy on when things don't go your way?
Yeah, it has to be. It's not going to ever go out as scripted, or as planned. And I know Flo says that a lot, and it trickles down, and it's a good reset button. It checks yourself, it checks the team, but it's about the players, man. It's about those guys rallying around each other and never giving up, and finding a way to make something happen. And that mentality on the pitching side, on the offensive side. It's next pitch. Hey, you got to get to the next pitch. Right? A lot like golf, right? Next shot. You can really dwell on the negative or that past pitch, and you're not going to be able to move forward.
Before we switch over to the offensive side, Ryan Robinson comes in, bases loaded, no outs. He has one bad pitch that a run scores on, but he strikes out the side. You've put him in a lot of high leverage situations, and he's pretty much gotten out of all of them. Talk about the ability that Robinson has to get out of the situations, but what he has done for you, that's the most impressive at this point.
Yeah, I think it goes back to, hey, this is the hand you're dealt with. Come in, big boy. You got bases loaded, nobody out, and knowing who he is as a pitcher. That's a standard in our program. Whether you're a pitcher or a position player, is knowing who you are, not trying to be somebody you're not, and really maximizing the talent that you have, or the pitcher you are, or the position player that you are, and staying within yourself, right? Not trying to be somebody you're not. And Rob, you know he's a good fastball slider guy. Wasn't trying to throw the perfect slider, wasn't trying to throw the nastiest slider, just get in there and do his job. And that was a message before the game that we had talked about, was stay in your lane, do your job. At whatever point in the game it is, 9 innings, no clock, whether you're getting the ball in the 7th, 8th, or you're coming up with a pinch hit, just do your job. So fill your piece of the pie. And that's what he did tonight. One ball got away. And again, you can go, here we go. Now we're down 8-6. They're answering back again after we answered, and our guys. Credit to our guys. They didn't quit, man.
Let's talk about Kevin Sim. Obviously, 5 for 5, 2 runs scored, 7 RBIs. He's a guy that's really been trending upwards over the last couple of weeks, and even like the first week we were just talking to them. First weekend he does the little things, and now he's really taking off in terms of the last couple of series. Today, obviously, multiple home runs, had the walk off. What have you seen out of Kevin Sim since the beginning part of the season to now?
I told him don't get used to going 5 for 5 with 7 RBIs. That's unheard of. That's a career day. Credit to him. Credit to his work. The guy works. He works and he has the right attitude, the right mindset. He believes in himself. And a couple weeks ago, I was just telling the staff, I'm like, hey guys, it's close. It's coming. He's always had raw power. He came in with huge raw power, high school All-American. And the goal was, okay, let's figure out an approach for you, and let's figure out how you can, because you can hit, in that mentality. He can hit the ball to all fields. He's done a heck of a job of really owning himself, like knowing what's good for himself as far as hitting the ball the other way, and that's what's allowed him to tap into his power, believe it or not. It's his approach and his mindset going up there and not giving into the pitcher and allowing, waiting for that mistake from the pitcher and seeing the ball up in the zone and not trying to do too much with it. His homers, he's not swinging out of his shoes. He's getting to a good contact position and the ball is jumping out of here. And that's when you hit homers, when you try not to do too much. And credit to him for buying in and believing in that philosophy. And, just so proud of him and so proud of his work. And his work's shining through right now. And it's pretty cool to see.
With the ability Caleb Ricketts has to hit the ball to all fields, were you surprised by Dallas Baptist's defense today against them?
No, just because that's how Caleb's been the last couple of weeks. So they're going off the scouting report, and he's been kind of getting out there, getting that barrel out. That guy worked really hard this week, as far as kind of going back to what he does best, and that's using the whole field. And I thought he had some great at bats tonight. He had 2 strike, 1 hopper, rocket to the second baseman, low and hard, and then just did a heck of a job. Nice to see him get on the board with a homer. I know that's good, good feeling for him. A big homer in the spot in the game for us too, as well, on a hit and run, and he did a heck of a job on a breaking ball there and getting him out to right, and just easy swings tonight out of him, and that's nice to see because he can really hit.
Let's talk about the 9th inning. Obviously, the way it played out, it was kind of a roller coaster, right? So you lead off with Chase Mydra, I think, works a walk. Jeffrey strikes out looking. Costello reaches on a single. You pinch run for him. A little bit of a miscommunication there on the ball in the dirt. Cummings gets picked off, so now down to 2 strikes. And then it starts playing out where Ricketts strikes out, and it's almost like the game is over to a sense. But he beats it out on the drop third strike, and now Peraza's up. Take us through the inning from a manager standpoint with the highs and the lows as you battle through the 9th inning before Peraza works a walk to get it to your hottest hitter.
Yeah, it's baseball, right? It's a roller coaster. It's not going to go that easy for you, and it's not going to go as planned, right? And you just kind of keep thinking, okay, we're getting challenged again. Mydra, a heck of an AB leading off. We talk about getting the leadoff guy on 4 times a game, and we got 3 of them on today, and all 3 of them scored. So that message is being sent to our guys that how important it is to get the leadoff guy on. So with Chase doing that was huge. Cody, a tough AB there, strikes out, battling. And then Jackie gets up, 2-strike knock. I believe it was with 2 strikes, just battling. But I guess their closer. tough ABs, and then we pinch run. Great read by Cummings on the ball and dirt. Young, we're learning that we got to keep our head up and look at, Mydrot didn't advance there. So that would put us in a tough spot. You kind of shoot yourself in the foot type thing. But we learn from that. We grow from it. We've already talked about it. I want our guys to be aggressive, and that's our name of our game. We got to be able to play consequence free, and learn from when we do make mistakes. And then Ricketts, the strikeout, well, we got a break. The ball got away. He gets on. Peraza draws a huge walk there to set the table for Simi. So never quit mentality and no clock in the game. Was kind of that message for us on the offensive side in the ninth there.
Last thing for me, what does a game like this, in terms of not only you guys battling scores a lot, but capping it off with a walk-off, do for a young college baseball team for not only the rest of the series, but for the rest of the season in terms of like a team camaraderie aspect?
You look back and you go, okay, we've done it before. Again, I go back to last year. We had a lot of come from behind wins. You gotta experience those as a group. You gotta experience them individually too, as well, when you're up in that big spot. So it just builds on that confidence and that belief. They already believe, they already have the confidence, but sometimes you got to see it a little bit more and go through those tough times to really believe it that much more to be a good team.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
And Kevin, 5 for 5 day. Obviously a career day at the plate. Let's talk about your first home run out of the two in the second inning. What were you looking for at the plate, and take us to that at bat.
Brock and I have been working on our approach, constantly honing in on it. It wasn't any specific pitch I was looking for. It was more just location, trying to get a pitch that I can handle. And I got a slider up in the zone that kind of hung up, and I was able to put a good swing on it and carried it out to center field.
You had a couple singles after that, and then your second home run, more of the same.
Yeah, it's more just location, kind of reaction. I know before, when the pitching change happened, Kirby and Brock kind of told us that he's predominantly a two-pitch guy, fastball, slider. And I was just looking for a pitch that I can handle. Honestly, like right now, I'm not looking for any specific pitch. It's more just location and put a good swing on it. It's the biggest thing that Brock and I have been working on, is putting in a swing wherever whatever pitch is and wherever the location is.
You put together some pretty good at bats. The first weekend you had that 3-walk day, stealing some bags. Kind of doing the little things that you guys talk about a lot. And now you're seeing a lot of results in terms of big numbers stat wise. Now, how comfortable are you at the plate? After your first couple of weekends of kind of settling in.
Like comfortability wise, like I don't think that's changed from the beginning of the season, except maybe like the first couple at bats. I've been seeing the ball similar from the start. It's just more, sticking with the approach, not getting away, not getting too high, not getting too low. It's just more coming to the yard every day, putting my head down, grinding, and the results are going to happen. Like I can go 0 for 4, but if I take a couple of walks or barrel the ball hard, take quality at bats, that's a positive and in my mind. So that's kind of just, I know like earlier in the weeks I've barreled a few balls here and there and didn't result in a hit, but ended up scoring a couple runs here and there, and you're just sticking with it. And yeah,
slugfest type game. You guys scored. They answered every single time that you guys scored. What were the emotions, not only for you, but what you've experienced with the team throughout the entire game as it played on, and you'd inch closer, and then they had more runs, and the way that the game played out.
Yeah, it's kind of our USD baseball culture. Like we keep on honing in on that no clock, like whatever how many runs we're down by, like we really don't care. It's we come back and we stick with your approach and have that no clock, pass the torch, get that conveyor belt running mentality. It's just always chipping away, taking good at bats. A bunch of guys like Chase in the ninth getting us started with that walk. It's huge. I know like Cody's struggled a little bit as of late, but I mean, he's taking great ABs, working counts, getting into deep counts, and I mean, overall, I think the whole team's done a very good job of kind of just sticking with the approach and not giving up. I mean, everyone, once we come back, we score a few runs, and then they punch right back and score a few more. We come back, everyone's up in the railings, everyone's going, hey, we're punching right back. So that's kind of the mentality we've been having.
Let's go through the ninth inning. Top of the ninth inning, Rob comes in with the bases loaded, nobody out.
Yep.
Take us through your emotions of defense there, watching Robinson strike out the side.
Yeah, I mean, Rob, that's the Rob we know. He comes in, he pounds the zone. I know it's a very pressure high situation with bases loaded, no outs, and I think Rob did a very good job of handling his emotions and just pounding the zone. If you can throw strikes, pound the zone, good things are going to happen. And for Rob, he had a phenomenal inning there to get us in the position to come back and punch right back.
Yeah, that one bad pitch. So you're down 2 going into the last inning.
Yeah.
As you're running into the dugout, what are you hearing from the rest of the dugout? What was the conversation between the coaching staff and the players amongst the players?
I mean, it was just more, our coaches, our staff have done like the scouting reports on the pitchers. When they brought in that righty at the end, we were told that he's a little wild, more slider fastball, slider heavy, and it was just not getting away from our approach, getting a pitch we can handle. But if we have to take first pitch, second pitch, because he wasn't able to fill up the zone very much early in the inning, so that's kind of like our mindset going in. Just seeing pitches, not trying to do too much. It was just passing the torch, one hitter at a time.
Torch kept getting passed.
Yeah.
Unfortunate thing on the base pass, but Ricketts is up. You're in the hole. Watching that at bat, he strikes out, and then he's able to make it to first.
Mm-hmm.
And then Peraza works a 4-pitch walk, and you're sitting there on deck. As torch kept getting passed to you, what were your emotions, and what was your mindset going to the plate, knowing that you could potentially end it?
I mean, for me, it's always like when I'm going up in the plate, it's kind of like a one mindset that I have. Like no matter how many guys are on base or what the situation is, I'm trying to do my job, stick with the approach, not try to get too big, and just put a good swing on the ball. Like you can't let the situation dictate your emotions, and that's the big thing for me that I try to control, was try not to get too amped up or too low. It's just more throughout the entire game. I would just, even if I did hit a home run that first at bat, it was just right back next AB. So
you're able to get it down the line, obviously, and Mydra scored easily from third. Ricketts came around, they waved around Peraza. As you were rounding first, were you watching the play or just trying to get to second?
No, yeah. As soon as I hit it and I got halfway down the line to first base, I kind of saw where the ball was trickling into that corner. And especially with the conditions today, it was a little slippery out in the warning tracks. And I thought we had a chance, and we have Angelo at first base, who's a very fast runner. And I kind of rounding first, I had this moment where I was like, oh, Angelo's going to score no matter what. And I was just kind of cruising into second, just watching the play happen. And, just seeing everyone kind of rush at you it's an exciting feeling.
Yeah, you built a pit there.
Yeah.
Tell us about, you've played baseball a long time. Where does that rank in terms of memories of baseball throughout your career?
Honestly, it's up there with probably my top 3 baseball moments. Actually, that kind of reminded me of my sophomore year of high school when I played Torrey Pines, and we played the CIF game here. And we went into extras. It was bottom of the 10th, tied 1-1, and I hit a double down the right center field gap and ended up in that same situation, and it kind of just brought me back to that feeling.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to leave with that.
Yeah.
Good job today, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.